Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Joining me on today's episode of Atn Politics is Comrade Gabriel Ebiriene Obokikwan, CEO, Gable Integrated Limited, and leader Nigeria Comrades Connect. Good evening, Comrade.
Good evening, sir.
It's great having you once again on the show.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for coming. And now to the first story. Anambra State House of Assembly has begun move to recall the suspended member representing Ayamelum constituency, Bernard Udemezwe. Newsmen in August 2025 reported that the Anambra State House of Assembly suspended the member representing Ayamelum constituency, Bernard Udemezwe, for 3 months. He was suspended over a message and content he shared on social media, which the House described as damaging content. The lawmaker has shared on his social media handles, alleging that his constituency, Ayamelum, is marginalized in the area of constituency allowance. Following his social media post, the House on August 28-25, after the constitution of a report by the Committee on Ethics and Privileges, which indicted him over his alleged unparliamentary conduct, passed the resolution and suspended the lawmaker for 3 months. Subsequently, the lawmaker was handed an additional 3-month suspension for failing to comply with the initial directives of the House. The extended suspension, which commenced on November 26, 2025, is scheduled to lapse on February 26, 2026. However, the Speaker of Anambra State Assembly, Somtochukwu Udeze, during his plenary on Tuesday, directed the House Committee on Rules, Ethics and Privileges to review the suspension of Udemezwe in preparation for his recall. Udeze attacked the committee, chaired by the Majority Leader Ikenna Ofodeme, to urgently re-examine the matter in line with the House resolution and report back to the Assembly on the next adjourned case. And that Anambra moves to recall lawmaker suspended over social media posts. I would love to get your thoughts on ethics and conduct of lawmakers while carrying out their judicial responsibilities.
Okay, thank you very much. This case is a very serious case because, for me, I am a core preacher of equity, fairness, and justice. For instance, if it is slated in the budget that each lawmaker is supposed to have a casualty project allowance of, let's say, 200 million, okay, and then if you give to Mr. A, don't give to Mr. B, and it is only for Mr. B to cry out that my people are lagging behind and they are missing in terms of constituency projects. Because based on the fact that you've not released the allocation, the tenant is supposed to release to my constituency, you have not released it to me, I should cry out. And the only way, the easiest way to cry out is on social media. And if, for instance, let's assume I am the lawmaker and then I am marginalized, my people are marginalized. Because I'm marginalized, if I'm not given a constituency project, it means that I will not have funds to attend to my constituents. And for me, I will say, I'll cry out. So if saying that the member cried out and then you are suspending the member, I would not know. I feel like it's out of place. It is not. And for lawmakers, I feel there are other ways to express your grievances, to tender to express yourself, and not social media. For instance, the House has several committees that you could run up to. You could petition the committee, you could petition the House, okay, maybe in a legal way, or you could call the attention of the Speaker of the House. But for you to run to social media, it all depends on what you write on social media. For me, but I feel like if you are giving to maybe the person might be a minority member of the House. For instance, like in the case of River State, we have APC and PDP, and then majority dominated by the APC, they all defected here. So if in a case we have majority, like in Anambra State, is Abba that is dominating the House. So if maybe we have few members that are from maybe the APC or the PDP in the House, as against the majority, and you are marginalizing such member, and you are not giving what is due them for their constituency projects, and they cry out. I don't see it. I don't welcome the act of suspending such member for crying out that my people are lagging, my people need water, my people need road, and I don't have the funds. I've not been given the funds to attend to them. So
as everybody has a perspective on how to make use of social media handles. Yeah. As a lawmaker, what perspective should you have towards disseminating information on social media? Okay,
first, you are a lawmaker, you are an assembly member, you are an honorable member. So I feel like you have media aids, yeah. So some information are not supposed to pass by yourself first, and for instance, if I attend a session and something happened that is supposed to be kept secret, and I come to Shema to announce to publicize it as against what is supposed to be secret, and I feel like it is not a good one for me, because politics is secrecy, and it's not everything I take to social media. And then I also advise my media aids, my media boys to be careful what you're posting. This is politics we are playing. You not post what will hinder my political career or my next journey in politics. So I feel like politicians should be careful and advise their followers, their media is to be careful what they are posting, especially as regards some important matters that should be kept secret or should be that is not supposed to be revealed to public scrutiny.
Okay. Yesterday, after the Senate, the National Assembly passed the Electoral Act Reform Bill. There's been an uproar today with videos that have been circulating online, and then I remember one of the videos where some lawmakers were shouting, calling the party thief.
Yeah.
And then, if such conduct, like you said, be careful what you put out there. But should that also be applicable to be careful your attitude also out there?
Okay.
Because if it's okay to agitate towards that, but imagine the kind of uproar. Most times we see these things and we're like, are these the same people we asked to go represent us down there? So shouldn't that also encroach into the attitude and not just be careful what you post on social media, but also be careful how you conduct yourself out as a lawmaker?
Yeah, you're very correct. You're very correct, because I feel like you're a member. That's why they call you honorable member of House of Assembly or the Senate or the Reps. And if you're an honorable member, there's a sense of maturity. And for me, if I want to get a particular thing done, I want to get the attention of the executive arm of government as a member of the executive arm of government, there are avenues I would follow. I will not just start shouting. Even though we have during the time of Amici was Speaker or was Governor of River State, you know, the time of Evans BP, there was means breaking of head with the means and fights and all of that.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's not becoming a routine. You get those legislative shenanigans those members do. So I feel like what happened yesterday was out of place. I feel like, maybe, you know, when you are handicapped, you don't know what else to do, just resort to riot. That's what happened then. So I feel like the house is dominated by the APC, and then in case that the opposition feel like it's not been in favor of them, especially as it's an election period. So I feel like they want to revolt, but what do you do when the house is dominated by the majority? So you just have to just create crisis, create chaos, and then create riots in the house. Just maybe your plight might be heard. But unfortunately, this is Nigeria. The Senate president, who is a Malabite from my school, is a man that knows how to get what he wants. Yeah. So I feel like fighting in the house, shouting, and all of those words should not be something that we should be experiencing from our lawmakers that we voted, that are supposed to be matured and responsible. So I feel like for me, they have no other choice, because there is no way you could make your voice heard, because the house is already dominated by the APC members.
Let me, when you, most of the said, it's been said the environment affects or reveals who you are.
Yeah.
Now, when you go for a driving lesson, I think they're incorporating psychological tests in driving lessons to check your state of mind and how you react under pressure.
Yeah.
Now we know these senators, these lawmakers, most of them do, and also the ministers that are appointed, they are scrutinized also.
Yeah.
Do you think? Don't you think it's high time we introduce such maybe a psychological test to actually ascertain not mental crazy? So I'll be as but psychological orientation to get to know, okay, how, or maybe history to know how did this person handle pressure? How can this person react under an intense environment? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, talking about that, I'm a medical tester, I'm a lab scientist by profession.
Oh.
Yeah, so I feel anything that regards to, not everybody that you see that is physically strong is mentally strong. Okay. So sometimes I feel like what you said, like recommending psychological tests, I would not want to use certain words but I feel like most of them are aged in the house, yeah. Most of our, this current system, if you're not old enough, like I used to have a friend that said that this man never old enough to become president. So like that's the premise of when you are becoming president. You have to be old enough. Okay. So I used to have a very funny friend. So yeah, most of them are.
But he has a point actually.
Yes, of course. From antecedents, it's obvious that you have to be old enough to become president. You have to be getting almost close to death before you go president.
Sorry to divert a bit, but why do you think that's like a norm? The president of Senegal, I think is in his late 40s.
Yes, very young, very young.
Why is our own different?
I would not. I feel like people that program the country program in the wrong way. So, wish I was there when the country was programmed. I would have imputed my little idea, but unfortunately I wasn't there. And what we are saying is that we are seeing aged people coming to old. And by nature, by default, the more you get old, your physical activities, your physical prowess, your mental prowess get reduced. This is just health, it's just nature.
Okay.
So there's no way, how smart I will be if I'm 30 and somebody that is 80 will have different mental capacities. What I can do physically, mentally, as you that is that age, you cannot do it. You get? So I feel like the age also affects what is happening in the state. And you see those men in the National Assembly, they are almost going to grieve. Like they are close to like 70, 80. What is a man? My great-grandfather. My father is 50. What is somebody that is older than my father? So it's older than my father doing the National Assembly. To talk what? So that's what.
Yeah, most of them will claim that the older you get, the more experience you become.
No, it's not correct. Like that cannot be correct. Because leadership is strenuous. It's draining. Traveling from here, going from here, reading this, they are dragging you here, they are calling you here, this one here. So you have to be physical and mentally fit to be able to handle those stress. And I don't see those people in that place. There are a few of them that are young, yeah, they are doing well, but the bulk of the members in that place they are not the age and mental, because as long as you are old, you will not be mentally fit like somebody that is young. So it's recommending at least, and also to add to what you said, okay, they should be checking the if somebody don't reach 18, supposed to know the puts body for to contest election again to the you go just pass out. So mental assessment, age assessment, physical assessment should be a premise upon which we even screen you to even contest for elections. So I think INEC should be looking into that. All right, thank you, Comrade Gabriel, for your opinion on that story. Move on to our next story. All Progressives Congress political leaders in Cross River State, led by the state governor, Basi Otu, has pledged to mobilize no fewer than 1.5 million votes for President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 general elections. This decision was reached at a high-level stakeholders meeting of the APC convened by Otu at the Calabar International Convention Center in Cross River State on Monday. A statement shared with newsmen on Wednesday disclosed this. In attendance were the immediate past APC National Women Leader and Honorable Minister, Dr. Betta Edu, members of the National Assembly from the state, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, party executives, youth and women groups, and other critical stakeholders. Addressing the gathering, O2 appealed to Tinubu to support the reclamation of Cross River's oil wells and restore its full littoral status. He urged the federal government to rely on verified reservoir coordinates and existing technical reports to validate the state's claim to oil producing status. The governor also requested the restoration and increase of federal appointments for indigents of the state to enable them benefit more directly from the administration's renewed hope agenda and strengthen grassroots mobilization ahead of the 2027 general elections. He reaffirmed Cross River's alignment with the president's policies, citing ongoing federal collaborations that have boosted infrastructure development, including the Calabar-Lagos Coastal Highway. Also described the enlarged meeting as an opportunity to appreciate APC faithful for their unity and support and to prepare the party to move into the field and secure victory in the forthcoming elections. The governor specifically commended Edu for her steadfastness, commitment, and loyalty to the party, the state, and the nation. The stakeholders reaffirmed their commitment to delivering what they described as a decisive electoral mandate in 2027 in support of Tinubu and Otu's second-term bid, a reiteration of the party's position in May 2025. Earlier on Monday, at the state airport, Otu said that the state deserves to be treated fairly in the ongoing process of relisting it as an oil-producing state. APC leaders backing Tinubu pledging 1.5 million votes. Is that an exaggeration, or do you think your thoughts on that? You know, the funny thing is, I schooled in Calabar.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm in Malabite. I don't think the total population of Cross River State, by landmass they are big, okay, but by population, I don't think they are up to 1.5 million.
I deliberately avoided going through that area.
So it's funny when it is political statements, yeah, but saying that you give 1.5 million votes when you state by population is not the 1.5 million, by adults as from 18 and above, it's funny, it's political, but it's fine.
Currently, there's an issue ongoing in Cross River State, oil wells disputes between Cross River and Akwa Ibom. And it's been there actually. It's a case that's lingered, but currently it seems like it's resurfaced again, and this is gradually. They say there's no fire without a smoke, and there's no flame without a smoke. So don't you think, I know elections are actually pivotal, and currently that's what we're looking towards, but don't you would just also suggest that that issue, as sensitive as it is, should be treated with the same delicacy and delicate step, and not used as a weapon to galvanize for whose territory gives more support to the APC?
Yeah, it's funny how politicians want to take issues this important. You know what it means? Oil well. That's like national resources given to a state or a region by God. You want to, because of politics, you feel like you want to outsmart Mr. A or State A, so that maybe if you have federal government favor, maybe federal government influence to get what belongs to A to yourself. Okay, it's funny. Like you said, you are very correct, because I feel like something, no matter as it, should not be politicized. Because if you don't handle it very well, it might cause communal crisis. Maybe interstate crisis and all of that. From one legal case to another, fiscal banter and all of that. If you are supporting Tinubu as a state, do it independent of the fact that you are expecting a favor as regards an oil well that is in dispute between you, state A and state B. You get, so I feel like, do your thing, play your politics, show your capacity to the president. If the president decides, this president has shown more capacity to me, and for what I'm saying, Akwa Ibom State, if you want to even go by that politics, I speak in Calabar, but if by politics, for instance, we have the Senate president from Akwa Ibom, the Gikuben governor, Omoyeno, is an APC governor, the Senate president is an APC man. And then, or the governor of Cross Rivers is an APC member, but if you want to start playing that kind of politics, you know that it will favor Akwa Ibom more than Cross River. Talking about putting in cognizance the oil well in question. Because if Mr. Senate President goes to tell Mr. President, I'm interested in this oil well. Like, for instance, we are seeing the previous story talked about the National Assembly and the electoral law, that the Senate President helps to do that, to supposedly favor Mr. President. I don't know their plans, but now it's just like scratch my back, I scratch your back. Now the Senate President has scratched the back of the President by doing all things possible to make sure that the law that will favor him is put in place. Mr. President, I have done for you. I've done for you. I need that my state needs this oil. I mean, you all know that now the governor of the state is now loyal to the Senate President, which is Gospel Akpabio. So if you want to put out the politics, I am very sure that Akpabio is good in that. Senator Akpabio is good in that than that governor of Cross River State. So if it's that politics, it's fine. Akwa is ready for that politics as well.
Okay, I'm afraid we don't get to that level. All right, we'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll continue with the rest of our stories. Just stay tuned. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. And now on to the rest of our stories. Pre-Congress stakeholders meeting of the All Progressives Congress in Ondo State turned violent on Tuesday as suspected thugs invaded the party secretariat in Akure, leaving many injured and the state chairman and a commissioner beaten. The incident occurred less than 24 hours before the nationwide World Congress scheduled to be held across 203 wards in the state. An eyewitness, Yetunde Adeyanju, said the attackers armed with dangerous weapons shouted that they were from Ayedatiwa and claimed, "We don't want Congress in Ondo State. The governor is in charge. The governor is leader of the state and the governor is in charge." Another eyewitness confirmed that several party leaders, including the state chairman, Mr. Adeti Mehin, a commissioner on the board of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Mr. Otito Atikase, and former commissioner for sports, Mr. Saka Yusuf Ogunleye, were beaten. Those injured were rushed to hospitals for treatment. Adeti Mehin corroborated the attack, alleging that the talks were sponsored to disrupt the meeting. The Commissioner for Information, Mr. Idowu Ajanaku, however, denied any involvement of the governor, describing the allegation as unfounded, false, and misleading. Confirming the incident, the State Police Public Relations Officer, Mr. Abayomi Jimo, said the situation had been brought under control. When I saw the story this morning, I was surprised because I know Ondo State has had these issues, but not this to this extent where the APC chair is beaten by this alleged political talks. Let me get your opinion on the event.
It's funny how everybody feels River State is only state that is having crisis between governor and maybe stakeholders.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's obvious that for this story, it's obvious that the crisis is everywhere. It's inevitable. Political crisis is inevitable as long as the political system is concerned. So, and Ondo State is one of such states that is having those political crises. Yeah. So, it's evident that the supposed Congress might not favor the governor. So supposedly might not favor the governor. So I don't know if it's correct, but if it is correct that from what he said that the governor said they don't want because he's the leader of the state, I feel like something fishy is happening between the government house in Ondo State. Yeah? So for states, maybe there's a suspected hijack of the party because this party whoever you are voting now, that will vote in congresses, that will vote in the primaries, and I feel like the governor feels that if this person emerge as party excuse, it might not favor him during the party primaries. So he has to, as a matter of necessity, stop the process, or maybe give him time to lobby the process. So I feel it is normal.
The resource to political talks?
That should be out of it, but we are not oblivious of what is happening in the country. It's not looking like a norm that is not to be. You know, when a norm that is not to be a norm becomes a norm. So I feel like it's not a norm. It's not what is supposed to be happening. But unfortunately, we find ourselves in the country that people resort to talk and killing of people to get what they want politically. So this is one of those cases.
Are we looking what? The 2027 for elections come further, I'm gonna start hearing short stories. What do you think will be running through the minds of an electorate in terms of the declining, the increasing how will I put it now, number of political apathy?
Yeah. For instance, what happened? You know what happened? Okay, prior to 2023 elections, a lot of people were so interested in that election. Like people came out to cast their votes, and what happened. I don't know what happened. what happened. So I feel like if we're here and then we dedicated ourselves for a particular thing and that thing does not work, and that is looking obvious that it should not work. So I feel like most people will have to relent. We have to like, guys, this is not going to work. Now the process is so that is where political apathy comes in, because you've tried the first time, it's not working. Over the years, it's not been working. So why should I try again when I know it will not work? Well, I used to tell people that if Tinubu that was not president then won, now that Tinubu is the president, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. If you like vote and vote, it's unfortunate. So I feel like the process is dilapidated, the process is damaged, and it's beyond repair actually. But I just pray. You know, the certain is, I tell people that the certain is, we that are the next generation of politicians and leaders, I feel like we're even worse than the incumbent generation, because if you see what people are doing, especially as regards I'm into student unionism.
Okay.
If you see what student leaders are doing, especially in River State, it is so appalling. When you see the next generation of leaders, like obviously worse than the leaders we are seeing now, are just with the next generation. If you need more prayers. I feel like the likes of clergies like Pastor Biome and they have to come together and pray for the content.
they pray. I think the personal decision on the part of the politicians.
So it is very sad that the system is now becoming a norm that you have to get what is wrong through a bad way. For instance, you know that what you are doing is very wrong. So the only way you can get what you want is to intimidate people with dogs, with probably security agencies and what have you. But it's unfortunate. So that's the process we find ourselves. And most people are not interested in the process again. Most people are not interested because I see people are moving out of the country here and then engaging on one thing or the other, one shooter voices. You have to survive because the system is, you have to accept the system that the system is damaged. And you alone cannot change the system. So you just have to accept the system and try to survive in the system. The system is so damaged and dilapidated that beyond repair. It takes only God to help the system, unfortunately.
All right, Comrade Gabriel, thank you for your opinion on that story. On to the last story for today. President Bola Tinubu has appointed the governor of Kaduna State, Obasani, as Renewed Hope Ambassador and Deputy Director General for the party outreach, engagement and mobilization. The appointment comes just days after the Independent National Electoral Commission released the election timetable that slated campaigns for November 2026 ahead of the 2027 general elections. The appointment, which took effect immediately, was conveyed in a letter from the president to the governor, according to a statement signed by the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, on Tuesday. Onanuga said Tinubu, in his capacity as leader of the All Progressives Congress, appointed Sani to the role on account of his salient leadership and organizational abilities. The president said he expected the Deputy Director General to galvanize, promote and disseminate the party's programs and policies, including milestones and achievements, thereby strengthening public confidence and reinforcing the message of renewed hope nationwide. Governor Obasani of Kaduna State appointed the Hope Ambassador and Deputy Director General. From your opinion, is that a good choice?
Politically, yes. Very strategic and very on point politically.
Okay.
Yeah, because we know the strength of the key states, Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, all of that. And from indications, Kano is a 50-50 something, because we used to have a bulldozer of Kano. What's his name? The man one day, the extra governor of Kano State, who is the catapult of Kano. Recently the governor of Kano State moved to the All Progressives Congress. You know, Kano used to be just like Anambra State,
okay,
an Africa State. Kano used to be an
NPP
state,
yeah,
like right from inception. Ganduje. You see Ganduje, no,
Kwankwaso.
Kwankwaso,
yeah.
Kwankwaso. So, it's a state where Kwankwaso has been controlling for years, and then recently we saw a shift. Where the governor moved to the All Progressives Congress, and Kwankwaso felt like he was disappointed, he was betrayed by his political son, but this is politics as well here. So since Tinubu is not certain about what is happening in Kano, because he cannot rule out the capacity of Kwankwaso in Kano State, Kwankwaso is might like maybe as him to this officially, or he's being he's targeting moving to ADC.
Kwankwaso himself?
Yes, I'm not sure if he has moved.
No, I think his last statement was he still remains an NPP.
Okay, so since Kano State is not starting that Tinubu get 100%, I feel like I have to move to another key state, which is Kaduna State. And by getting the governor to be the director of your campaign, it means that it is only on the Kaduna State governor to deliver his state as the deputy DG of the campaign. So it's a very strategic one. It's a very important one. And politically, Tinubu is a very smart man. He knows what to do, know where to put, who to bring in, and who to give A and B, just to make sure that he wins. So I think that's very strategic and very important to Tinubu's victory.
Okay, so this Renewed Hope movement, we've had their campaign in River State here, and we've seen them kick off immediately. Did you, from your opinion, this is a good vehicle towards disseminating or creating an awareness, or to the common man out there that APC deserves a second time?
You know, the Minister of FCC, Wike, is a very smart politician. I used to tell people that Wike is more important to Tinubu's election than Governor Simfobara. Yeah. So Governor is very important in the system because he's still governor. But when it comes to political value, Tinubu has tested Wike before and knows that this man can deliver. He has delivered before you deliver again. But Governor Sim has not proven to Tinubu that he will deliver, or he has delivered before, because he has not delivered before. So this is going to be a test run for him. But Tinubu will not take that risk by using the 2027 election to test run. So, like when there was flag off of the Renew campaign across the LGs, the minister has made the statement that this is the first that he challenges any state to show to prove that they have started the campaign for Tinubu. He was the first to set up the campaign. He knows what to do, and even though he might not have the masses 100%, but for him, early to bed, early to rise. He has started very early, and we know that for starting early, he has an advantage already. So I don't know about getting the support from the River citizens or indigenous, but I know that he has started early. For starting early, by nature, by default, if you sleep early, you wake up early.
All right, coming. I think we're out of time, and this is where we wrap it up on this episode of Atn Politics. Thank you for coming on the show today. I appreciate it. And okay, don't forget we're open for sponsorship of this program, jingles and advert placement, news and events coverage, personality, society and political interviews, products, service promotion and commercials. Watch us live on www.atlanticnetwork.tv, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, on Apple TV channel 205, on MSTV platform, iFasec platform, Apple TV, Nigeria TV, Iroko TV. Connect with us on social, subscribe, like and share, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, and the next at Atlantic TV Net. And don't forget, peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Favour. Chief Question, Michael.